Sir, you're on mute. Sir, the mic is muted.
Okay, I didn't come off. Okay. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the Karachi Toastmaster Club's meeting. If you have attended the meetings of KTC, then you are aware that the meetings of Karachi Toastmasters Club are never ephemeral, meaning they're never short. But hopefully that won't happen today. Karachi Toastmasters Club is one of the clubs in Toastmasters International. Toastmasters International has more than 280,000 members in 14,700 clubs located in 144 countries. The first club was started on 22nd of October in 1924, almost 100 years ago, at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. It originated as a set of classes with the aim of improving the communication skills of young men. It was not until 1973 when females were allowed to join Toastmasters International. For 93 years, the headquarters of Toastmasters International was located in Rancho Santa Margarita in California. In March 2018, the TI World Headquarters was moved from California to Inglewood, Colorado. The mission of a Toastmasters Club, including Karachi Toastmasters Club, is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. We have with us a few guests, and at this time, I'm going to ask the guests to briefly introduce themselves. We will start with Aram Mehran. Would you please unmute and tell us about yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
This is Ahram Haran. It's my second time attending this Toastmaster meeting. I recently joined it, and I'm a third year undergrad student at Mehran University, majoring mechanical engineering. And beside that, I am really interested towards months, ambience. Ambience are my thing. I really enjoyed doing that. Recently, I won Best Delegate in Expo, and I love that. Overall, other than that, I do have a YouTube channel, the same name, Mehran Mehran, and I'm also interested in doing different kinds of volunteering work. That's from my side.
Thank you. Glad to have you at our meeting. We also have with us Waqar Ahmed. Please unmute and introduce yourself, Waqar Ahmed.
Good evening. My name is Waqar Ahmed. I am presently working at NIO, which is a research institute here in Karachi, where its main focus is. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
The institute's main focus is to conduct research studies. They research the oceans, and I am employed there as a researcher. So I presently I'm not continuing anything besides my job. So that's that.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us today. We also have with us Sarah Zain. Please unmute and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Sarah Zain, and I'm studying electrical engineering in NUST PNEC, Karachi campus of NUST. And this is my first time in Toastmaster after joining IME.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us. And we have with our guest Noreen Fatma. I'm not going to introduce her because she's on the agenda, so we will introduce her at that time. We have with us Babar Shah. Will you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Shah. We have with us Abdullah Ansari. Please unmute and introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Ansari. Currently, I am in final year of mechanical engineering from Mehran University of Engineering and Technology.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us. Baba Shah, if you're available, please unmute and introduce yourself. Okay, we'll introduce our guests. We'll ask our guests to introduce themselves later on. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our Toastmaster for today's meeting. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sarfaraz Nazir. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The theme of today's meeting is Life is Short. Life is too short. We've heard this phrase countless times, but have we truly paused to ponder its profound meaning? Let's delve into the depths of this simple yet profound statement and explore its significance in our lives. Life is like a fleeting whisper in the wind, a mere blink in the grand scheme of the cosmos. It's a finite journey, a precious gift bestowed upon us, filled with boundless opportunities, experiences, and adventures. Yet, in the blink of us wondering where the time has gone. Fellow Toastmasters, at this point, I'm going to ask our helpers for today's meeting to tell us something about their role during the meeting, because no meeting is complete without our facilitators. Do we have, I guess, our grammarian is supposed to be Toastmaster Imran Rana?
Yeah, he'll take a couple of minutes to join. Meanwhile,
Okay,
you can move
so,
to the other role.
So in the meantime, even though we don't introduce the big four, but since we have several guests, I'm going to ask Tabletop Master DTM Talha bin Hamad to briefly describe what you will be doing as Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. As Table Topics Master, my job will be to conduct the session of extempore speaking. That means that I assign a topic to the members and or the guests present in this meeting, and they will have to speak on that topic for at least 1 minute immediately, preferably without thinking. The minimum time for that session is 1 minute. The maximum time is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And the table topics format can take any form. It can be a set of conflicting statements. It can be idioms. So you'll find out when you get to that session. Over to you, DTM Sarfaraz.
Thank you. And our table topics evaluator is Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. And I think she has not joined us at this point.
Yeah, maybe I can introduce that role.
Oh, okay, go ahead, please.
As the table topics evaluator actually delivers an evaluation of all the table topic speeches that were made during the meeting. This is not an official Toastmasters role, but in many clubs around the world, this role is very strongly established because it provides a flavor of Toastmasters even to those who are just there for observation or just visiting. The rule of thumb is 30 seconds per speaker, but again, since that's not a defined role, so the table topics evaluator can take liberty with that. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Talha. Our general evaluator is Toastmaster Hiba Rais, immediate past president. Toastmaster Hiba Khan, please briefly describe the duties as general evaluator.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the general evaluator, I would be this is firstly the third segment of the session. And in this session, there are basically three parts. The first would be the prepared speech evaluation, and the second would be the table topic evaluation, and in the third, I would be taking reports from the facilitators. And the fourth part basically is where I will be evaluating the entire session. So in all, it's in short, it's an evaluation summation or summary where I would be summarizing about the entire session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. Our timer today is distinguished Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. DTM Saad, please describe your duties.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Sarfraz Nasir. Fellow Toastmaster, honorable guests, my role will be to time each and every segment of the meeting, and I'll be showing three colors during the course of the prepared speeches, the table topics, and the evaluations session. Due to my wonderful background, I'll need to use this avatar of mine. Yes, it might not look anything like me, but that was the best I could come up with. So this means that you have reached your minimum time to qualify, and you are eligible for voting. Yellow means you are about to run out of your maximum time to speak. Red means you have reached your maximum time, and you have 30 seconds to wind up your speech, or you will be ineligible for the voting of your segment. So with that, it's back to the Toastmaster DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you, DTM Saad. Our grammarian and word master is soon to be distinguished Toastmaster Imran Rana. Toastmaster Imran Rana, please describe your duties as the grammarian and also as the word master.
Thank you so much. I'm sure I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today's word, I'm the word master, and my role is to introduce the word of the day. And today's word is ephemeral, and its meaning is lasting for a very short time, transient. Okay, the sentence could be the beauty of a sunrise is ephemeral, painting the sky with vibrant hues that table away in the blink of an eye. As a grammarian, my role is to note down the incorrect usage of grammar and some good usages of sentences as well. And in the evaluation segment, I will point out the grammatical errors without mentioning the name. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana. Since this is election season, I'll ask our vote counter, DTM Talha, to briefly describe his duties as the vote counter.
Thank you so much. During the meeting, on 5 different occasions, you'll be asked to vote. The votes will be for best prepared speaker, best table topic speaker, best Big Four, best evaluator, and best facilitator. You will be explained who are the candidates, and you'll receive the vote as a pop-up on Zoom, because thankfully now today we are only on Zoom, so there will be no other modes of voting. As a backup, if Zoom voting crashes, then there will be a Google form link floated in the meeting on which you're supposed to vote. As a vote counter, I'm not supposed to vote myself unless there's a tie. So everyone is urged to exercise their right to vote a full 12 hours before they're actually able to do so. Let's rig the election in KTC's favor. Over to you, DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you once again, DTM Talha bin Hamid. Someone asked to mention the word of the day again. The word of the day is ephemeral. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Our joke master is Toastmaster Hibar Rais Khan. Toastmaster Hibar.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, what do you call an Irish spider? What do you call an Irish spider? Paddy long legs. How did the telephone propose? How did the telephone propose?
With a ring.
With a ring,
Yes.
with a ring.
Yes. How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying? How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying?
You open the door of the spaceship.
No, you rocket.
Oh.
Okay. Why did the cracker go to the doctor? Why did the cracker go to the doctor?
Because it was broken.
No, it felt crummy. Why did the sun get straight A's? Why did the sun get straight A's?
It was bright.
Yes, right, because it was very bright. What's a skeleton's favorite instrument? What's a skeleton's favorite instrument?
Bony fish.
No, a trombone. A trombone. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba Khan. What is truly meant by life is too short? It's a reminder, a wake-up call, urging us to seize the moment, to live each day to its fullest, and to embrace the beauty and wonder that surrounds us. It's a gentle nudge from the universe, reminding us not to squander our time on trivial matters, but rather to cherish every moment and make each day count. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, our first speaker tonight is Toastmaster Hrithik Kumar. His speech will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi. DTM Iram Rizvi, please tell us the objectives of Toastmaster Kumar's speech.
Thank you very much, DTM Sarfaraz. Today, Toastmaster Kumar is going to attempt the second attempt of his Project 2 Level 1, where he has already received a feedback, an evaluation and feedback project, and he's going to try it out again. Wishing you all the best, Toastmaster Kumar.
Just give me 10-20 seconds.
Okay, sure. Thank you, DTM Iram Rizvi. Toastmaster Kumar is following the presentation mastery pathway. As mentioned, this is level 1, project number 4, evaluation and feedback, speech number 2. The title of his speech is, Why Does It All Matter? Why does it all matter? Please welcome Toastmaster Kumar. Toastmaster Kumar, whenever you're ready.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Right. Oh, is it again a Toastmasters meeting? I'm glad. Just wait. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening to you all. So the question I proposed tonight is, why does it matter? Why does this all matter? How many of times in life we just pass by the most important and significant moments of our life and we don't really truly live them, but only we love them through photographs, pictures, and those album physical photographs, nothing else. It happens to us almost daily, to everyone. If anyone says that they live in present all the time, I can bet they're lying. They surely are. So we as humans, as a generation of people, are the most convenient humans that have ever existed, because we have the world in our hands, that is this very cell phone I'm using, but still we have exponentially increasing amounts of depression, anxiety, and all kinds of diseases of mental health, physical health, and whatsoever. Why exactly is it happening? Interesting question, right? Even being the most resourceful human beings of our human history up till to this date, why is it happening? One single reason: suffering. Suffering of what exactly? Suffering our past, because of our memory, because our iron attached to the past memories, and we are not able to live in the present. Because life is so ephemeral, we actually forget what's there in front of us. Right now, at the start of this Toastmaster meeting, I was just busy having my slanty chips, but I forgot, because it's these election days and I'm just having fun and chilling in my house, just having a good time. Many of us, or not us, but many of the people would just use this time just like that. But we are here. Why? There's no actually monetary benefit we have with each other. But why does all this matter? Because growth matters to you, to me, and to everyone who's watching this meeting, Toastmasters and guests. If suffering our past was not enough at all, we as humans are already suffering our future. Why? Because of a rich sense of imagination. We are suffering it what hasn't even happened in our lives. Isn't it the most unfortunate happening in all our lives? I'll tell you one thing, a story. 1 month back, I was in Gilgit and Chitral at the New Year's time. And as I saw those mountains, those beautiful lakes, it was my first time experience. That's why I was ecstatic. But when I noticed and observed the magnanimity of those mountains, all my past just went away. All my future just went away. All my worries that I'm missing on 3 weeks on Toastmasters meeting and some contest, all that vanished away. Not that it doesn't matter. Not that my university rotations and classes does not matter. No. But those surroundings, those vicinities actually made me feel and realize it deeply that how ephemeral our life is. We humans are just a pop out. We born, we live a limited time, and we die. Between those 2 points is all what we have. Forget about life before that, forget about life after that. We are not really good enough and consciously intelligent enough to grasp the deepness of those concepts, of those spiritual concepts. We haven't even figured out the very chaos of our daily lives, as if we would understand all of that, right? We won't. Why does it all matter? It matters because it is ephemeral. The shortness of the moment, that really matters. See, what I have observed as a teenager is that in life, two things actually really matter. What are those? Number one, the profoundness of your experience. If you lose the very sense of presence, you lose it all. Even though you're achieving milestones across your professional careers and making greatest relations or making filthy rich wealth, doesn't really matter. Those rich millionaire CEOs are also committing suicide. What lack do they have in life? They have all what they need, but lack of sense of presence. Toastmasters, as if that was not enough. Even the poorest of poorest, I have seen bright smiles on their faces. The kachara boys I see at the corner of my street, they're happy playing with each other. What do they have in life? They don't even know if they will eat that very day. They don't know that, but still they are doing it. Why? Because that's what they have. That is what exactly matters for them. And even us having all of that, we lose it. Why? Taking it all for granted. So when you actually think of it, you get to the second part of it, the impact of your activity as a human. That's what you have. For example, if you are on a stage or in a position to actually influence people, should that person, even if that person has the most enemies in that room, should that person use all that stage time to just rub off his grudges and say something which would be mean and which would actually just speak his heart out, his or her out? Would that really matter? Maybe not to the audience, but for that speaker, that is all what that matters, because all he or she has is the grudges, that very chaos, the unclarity, the unnavigated patterns of thoughts which they are manifesting in front of people, presenting in front of large audiences. So if we actually think and rethink and rethink, why does it all matter? Because it is the very ephemeralness, if that's a word, of the moment you have. I might sound very cliche, but we are actually forgetting that the clock is ticking off. The microorganisms in our body are just ready to feed off our bodies when we take our last breath, ladies and gentlemen. They're just damn ready. It is only the question of time. When? So before all that, isn't it necessary that how exactly it is important for us? We should ask this question, why does it matter? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kumar, for your speech. What are the pros and cons of this notion that life is short? The realization that life is too short can be incredibly liberating. It empowers us to break free from the shackles of fear and doubt, to pursue our passions relentlessly, and to live with a sense of purpose and meaning. It encourages us to take risks, to step out of our comfort zone, and to embrace the unknown with open arms. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. She is a longtime supporter of Karachi Toastmasters Club. I got to know her in October 2021. At that time, she was serving as president of the Islamabad Toastmasters Club. Evaluating her speech is Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Mansoor Ali, please tell us the objectives of Toastmaster Noreen Fatma's speech. Toastmaster Latif.
Hello, good evening. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Sarfaraz. Today, I will be evaluating speech for Toastmaster Noreen Fatima. She's embarking her final speech of her pathway, which is the dynamic leadership. Reflect on your path. Timer, please note, the speech length is from 10 to 12 minutes. Purpose statement of her speech project is for the member to reflect on her growth during the completion of an entire path and also share some aspect of her growth during the completion of the path. So basically, she will be explaining what she has learned while completing all these 5 levels and her experience. Speech title, My Toastmaster Journey. Toastmaster Noreen Fatima, good luck.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. Hope I am audible. Okay. My fellow Toastmasters.
Can you see the timer?
Yes, I can see the timer. Toastmaster
All
Saad.
right. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
From my laptop. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. Today, I'm going to share my Toastmasters journey, which spanned around almost 6 years. I joined Toastmasters back in 7th Feb 2018. It was my first Toastmasters meeting where I participated in the table topic session. And after participation, I really felt that I really need to work on my communication skills because I felt that my voice was shaking, my legs were trembling. And at that point, I made a decision to become a Toastmasters. At the beginning, I was just thinking it was just an ephemeral journey, which will end around 4 to 5 months, where I'll become an efficient communicator. But when I stepped into my Toastmaster journey, I realized that it's a continuous journey of growth and excellence, where I was introduced by different seasoned Toastmasters. I was able, and I learned by taking different roles and participating in different contests and completed my different speeches. Firstly, I completed my competent communication manual, and then I came to know that now it's time for pathways. I need to register. And luckily, with the assistance of my mentors, I chose dynamic leadership path. I chose this path because I found that found it very relevant, that will help me in every sphere of my life. And really, I found it very useful, and I'm still getting help from this entire path. Through this journey, I learned a lot and learned different lessons. And this covered almost every aspect of my personal and professional life. Starting from the path, I learned the first and the foremost level that I really loved, that was feedback and evaluation. My fellow Toastmasters, we receive feedback in every speech, but when you apply that very feedback and deliver that project again, you feel the level of more confidence and accomplishment because you feel the difference in that very same speech, and you found your weaknesses, and when you deliver that speech again, you felt more resilient and more confident. And I found after delivering that very speech again, I felt more confident and more accomplished. Then secondly, I learned about different smart and focus tools that help me in researching and presenting research that help. I came through different research and presentation tools that help me in my professional life, because I am a research associate. My life revolves around research and presentation that help me in my professional life as well. Then I came to know different leadership styles, and I've learned these leadership styles and still applying in my personal and professional life. And one important lesson that I learned from this project was that not every leadership style can be fit in every situation. For every situation, you need to apply a separate and different, unique leadership style that can help you achieve your desired objective. Coming forward, I also learned some different communication style that actually improve my communication style, that is helping me in my personal as well as professional life. And that is the direct approach. I try to be concise and try to convey my message in a more effective manner after delivering that very project. Moving forward, my fellow Toastmasters, I was introduced to a very new concept, that was mentoring. And that was introduced to me only in Toastmasters. Toastmasters not only provided me different styles of mentoring, but also provided me with different mentors that helped me going and helped me in improving Noreen into a better version of myself. I'll start from DTM Talha, with whom I worked as admin manager while he was serving as the P2D. Working under his team, I learned a lot, and I learned perseverance. That helped me throughout, that is still helping me. And Toastmaster Imran Rana, because of him, today I am delivering this project today. DTM Malik Umair, who helped me during my presidential journey. While I was facing some challenges, he provided me solutions and guided me and provided me guidance and assistance. Last but not least, DTM Saban Zafar, who was the ex-president of Islamabad Toastmasters Club, which gave me the lesson that practice, we normally hear that practice makes a man perfect, but we need to focus that only best practice makes the man perfect. That I learned from him. We focus on practice, but when we focus more on practice, we get better results. Last but not least, I also learned some different interview preparation hacks from DTM Sameer Dhodi when I delivered that project in KTC meeting, that I am still finding very helpful and acing in my interview when I apply for different jobs. Last but not least, I also learned that how to negotiate in a meeting. Fellow Toastmasters, we daily encounter different meetings and discussions, but when we know how to achieve the desired outcome, only then we will be able to achieve the outcome, the objective of that very discussion. That I learned from this path. So moving forward, I found this whole path a very learned tool for me that has transformed me into a better version of myself. Although I faced some challenges, there were some days I wanted to quit, but because of these mentors, I kept going and I delivered projects. As ETM Sarfaraz said, that life is short. We need to come out of our comfort zone and learn some new things. So that motivated me to keep going and deliver these projects. And today, after completing all these projects, I feel myself resilient, confident, and accomplished. And because of this, and still imagine that in the beginning, I said that I was considering the Toastmasters just a matter of 1 or 2 months, but no, the learning journey is still continues, and my next path is still waiting for me. And I hope the next path will be more learned and more, I can say, more exciting for me. and will found it more, I can say, learned, and I can say it will transform better version of Noreen, and my journey of learning still continues. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, for your speech. The realization that life is too short can be daunting. It can fill us with a sense of urgency, a nagging fear that time is slipping away faster than we can grasp. It can lead to feelings of anxiety and pressure as we grapple with the overwhelming task of making the most of a limited time on this earth. Our third and final speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. He is past district director of District 122. He is past president of Karachi Toastmasters Club. He is the current manager of public relations for District 122. He is the current vice president for education for KTC. He is also the vice president of education for two other advanced clubs, Worldwise and Quantum Leap. He's been a Toastmaster for about 8 years, and evaluating his speech is Sarfaraz Nazir. The objectives of DTM Talha's speech and the purpose of his project is for DTM Talha to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Now, if you are familiar with DTM Talha, I will ask you for the next 7 minutes to pretend that you don't know him. Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid is following the presentation mastery pathway. This is level 3 speech, connect with your audience. The title of his speech is 5 Fingers Away from Eternal Bliss. 5 fingers away from eternal bliss. Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Am I audible? All right. It was a somber moment. A hush fell over everything. Me and my life partner were sitting in our lounge, and I had said something that had caused her to sit up and take notice. Because I had said that, dearest spouse, there is one thing in life that I regret the most. And since I often profess that there are no regrets, and even if I do regret some things, I'll be the last person to admit it, and my spouse would be the last person to hear about it. But this time was different. I was in a mood for revelation, and I wanted to grasp that ephemeral moment of honesty and be true to myself and to the world. And she asked, "Oh, what? Because I can list about 100 things that you should be regretting right now." And I said, "Sad, because I don't regret any of those things. But I regret that one thing that you have no idea about." She gave in and said, "Okay, what would it be? Do you regret becoming a chartered accountant?" Absolutely not. Do you regret joining Toastmasters? Look who's talking. Do you regret not giving enough time to me and the kids? Well, honey, I'll let you decide after I've passed away, because then you'll be telling everyone that I was a very dedicated father and husband. Okay, then I lose. What is it? This glove. an oven mitt. We bought it about 10 years ago while we were visiting Dubai. And we had our maiden visit to IKEA. And amongst the other most wonderful things, this struck my fancy. And I immediately bought it, strangely drawn to its texture and its screaming yellow color. But you know what I regret? We bought only one of it. When you're cooking, have you ever held large pans with just one hand? No, you need two hands to handle hot things. And that is my lasting regret in life. My spouse looked at me and she said, all right, there are a lot of things I'm regretting right now. And I said, hold it. I have a pretty good idea what they are. Fellow masters and guests, sometimes these little things can make or break your quality of life. Don't believe me? Let me show you another artifact from the annals of history. These two nail filers, the white one and the yellow one. Can you believe that both are more than 30 years old? But only one of them works, which is this one. This has lasted us through 30 plus years of nail cutting of every shape and size and sturdiness. And it does a sterling job every time. Whereas this results in painfully split ends. And every time one has the misfortune to use it, one regrets it for at least 3 more weeks. But both have lasted us. Both exist. Both have been part of our luggage, our life and livelihoods for the past 30 years. And somehow we cannot get rid of this one, even though it sucks. Another apparently ephemeral thing. This bag, which we got while we were going on our Hajj journey. You know how they distribute various things before you're going to Hajj or Umrah? There are bags, there are plastic bags, there are blankets, there are water bottles. And these bags came into our life a whole 8 years ago. And to this day, we use them for everything because the travel agent was generous enough to hand out 2 copies each. So we were drowning in bags and they lasted us throughout the Hajj journey and throughout the latter 5 or 6 travels. They are incredibly useful. And as you can see, they're perfectly intact. No defects. The little things, ladies and gentlemen. Think about the little things that are surrounding you right now. How many of them have lasted you throughout your life? We live in this age where nothing is permanent. We are taught to use and throw away everything. Even our expensive devices, the cell phones. We are told every 2 years or so that you should change them. But no, that's too long. You should change it every year, every 6 months, because we are told that they will be obsolete. But can you replace moments? Can you replace ephemeral objects like this nail filer? Can you replace people? Objects do not make up our life. Riches do not make our lives. It is our experience, the time we spend, the good times that we have, And it is these little ephemeral things that can elevate your quality of life and take it to the next level for years and years to come. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Talha, for your speech. How should we live by the notion that life is too short? The answer lies in finding balance. It's about striking a harmonious chord between ambition and contentment, between chasing our dreams and savoring the simple pleasures of everyday life. It's about cultivating gratitude for the moments we have been given, while also striving for growth and fulfillment. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, there are three main segments of a Toastmasters meeting. We just completed the first segment, prepared speeches. We will now be moving into the second segment, the table topics, before going to the third and final segment, the evaluation portion of the meeting. To lead us during the table topics segment, please welcome our table topics master for today's meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. Now, today's table topics is something very simple. It is all about a story which I will start, and I'll ask various people to take forward. So feel free to participate because we have only 3 speeches today. So I plan to take in at least 5 or 6 table topic speakers. And I would like to start with myself because I have to start the story. Sorry, Toastmaster Fida. Once upon a time, there was a little boy. He lived with his parents and a younger sister in a remote village. He used to be very naughty, did not take interest in studies, and bothered his parents to no end. His parents were at a loss. They didn't know what to do with him. He did not study, he was not responsible, he was mischievous. He kept everyone awake at night because when the parents slept, he used to sneak out and steal objects from other people's homes. He had been caught red-handed countless times, but he would not refrain. One night, when he was out on this expedition, he jumped into a neighboring house and he spied a beautiful crystalline vase that had been imported. It was just displayed on their mantelpiece. He picked it up and looked at it lovingly. In the ephemeral light coming from the window, it was shining like a tiny sun, and his eyes shone with it. But then, crash! The vase slipped and split into 1,000 pieces. There were rushing footsteps. The door burst open, and the owners were staring at him. What happens next? Let's ask Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. Toastmaster Zahra, are you there? All right. We can ask DTM Irfan Faruqi. Are you able to continue the story?
Yes, just give me 2 seconds.
All right. 1001, 1002. Your 2 seconds are over.
Yes, how strange it was. It was dark night. The room was not very lit. And the naughty boy was caught red-handed. But how red-handed? There was no light. So he was caught black-handed because no face was visible. The boy was clever enough. So what he did was he hid himself behind a sofa set. And as the owner switched on the light, he was surprised to see that the very expensive vase was shattered all over the room, torn into pieces. The first thing immediately he thought, some thief is in the room. What the boy did was he very silently took a voice and said, meow, and then kept quiet. Oh, the owner looked at the window and saw the window was open. How stupid is my son? I have every time I've told him to switch off, to keep the window shut. Look how stupid he is. And as he moved towards the window, the boy gradually moved from behind that sofa set to the other piece of the sofa set. And the father started shouting to the son, Moise, Moise, come here, look what have you done here. And now the boy was worried. There were one person in the room, now there are going to be two persons. And to the surprise, the lady of the house appeared before even Moise. And now it was a fearful time. How to continue talk like a meow meow, or now should I start doing whoa whoa also? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Meow. He was not sure for how long he could keep up this ruse. Simply because you know what happens at these times? Can anyone guess? Can you recall your childhood? You need to go to the washroom suddenly. He kept hidden, and the other boy stood there. And the father could not decide who was the culprit. But then he said, all right, perhaps we can look for footsteps. So, what happens next? Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, would you like to continue the story? Toastmaster Rafat, are you there?
Please repeat the last word.
Yeah, so the owner of the house could not decide who was the culprit, the hidden cat or the boy standing in the room. But then he said, okay, let's go to the window and check the footsteps. Over to you, Toastmaster Rafat.
The boy was the, the boy is the boy and there was a cat, the boy and the cat. The boy tried his the boy was the actual culprit because he wanted to hide his mischiefs from his father and tried that his father forget what he has done immediately, and he want to put the blame to the cat, and in this way escape himself from the mischiefs which he has done. Actually, by doing this, he posed himself that he is innocent, and the actual culprit is cat. Over to table topic master.
All right, the actual culprit is cat. Now let's look for the cat. The cat was mewing behind that sofa. So the father walked to the sofa and then looked behind it. What happens next? Those parts of his Aziz.
Am I audible, sir? And visible?
Yes. Yes.
I think the cat was very stupid, sir, because she didn't know what she was getting involved into. She should have been more and more, let's just say, she should have been more intelligent because she is an intelligent girl. She knows her way, she knows how to navigate the world, and she should not be stupid enough to fall for people's jokes and people's words. She should know what to do and what not to do. She has gained enough confidence in her life. She is, mashallah, an MBA, a gold medalist. She should know how to navigate and she should be intelligent enough. Yes, she falls down. Yes, she has backdowns. She has setbacks, but she always come back. And when she comes back with a bang. And she will come back with a bang. Over to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fiza, for changing the gender, the species, and the age of the protagonist in one go. So now we find out that the cat was actually a girl. So how did that happen? Because we started the story with a little boy, but the person behind the sofa turned out to be an MBA girl. What to make of it? How did that happen? Perhaps our guest Ehram Mehran would like to shed light on it. Guest Mehran. Yes, over to you. You're muted. You're muted.
Now my voice is coming. Like, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so now the MBA girl is basically found at the back of the sofa. Suddenly, the father saw that and said, "Who the hell is this person?" But then suddenly, what happened? There was a noise outside the car. There was suddenly some noises came outside. And what happened basically? The mother and the child run away outside the home. What is there? What was that? Who was it? And suddenly there was a man running at the street. And the mother and the child was, "Father, father, husband, come here, come outside." He also ran. And at that moment, the person, the MBA girl, took that important thing for what he was here. She was there for finding that jewel, and she took that jewel and ran away from that house. And with her, her son also went with it. So it's a very, very different story now because the son, the father, and also the wife, they are all together. So the whole family is actually the culprit. And now they both have escaped the home. So now what will happen? So Mr. Fiza, these to you.
All right. This is getting more and more curious. We have kind of a money heist like situation where the place is suddenly swarming with culprits, whether it's a cat, a pretend cat, a little boy, or an MBA girl, or the boy that belongs to the owners of the house. Who broke the vase and why? Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, please get us out of this fix.
Good evening, everyone. I've been just involved in so much of the energy what new Toastmasters have brought in that I somehow missed out where to start from. But if I have to open up or disclose the mystery, there was no cat, there was no man. It was just VFX modulating the audience and the imagination will go on, going on. But the real fact is that whatever is happened is just the inner feeling. Whatever we felt sorry for the person or we felt sorry for the character, but it was all just mere imagination. Here is the end of the story. Sorry, DTM Tala. I just
Thank
tried
you
my
so
attempt.
much, Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. A very, very interesting twist. And you've gone all meta. It's a very, very sophisticated twist where we learned that none of this was actually happening, but it is actually one of the animated movies, just like the ones that Toastmaster Latif used to make at one point in time. And that is why people are turning into cats. Cats are turning into boys. Boys are turning into MBA girls. And MBA girls are disappearing. But we need to end the story, the real story, because remember that boy, he is still stuck behind the sofa. And the father of the house is going to check out whether it's a boy or a cat behind the sofa. And the boy has to go to the washroom urgently. What happens next? Perhaps our guest, Fazil Rahman Sheikh, can end the story for us.
Sorry, I joined very late. I can't continue. I can't continue because I don't know beginning of the
All right.
story.
All right. Would anyone else like to volunteer? Any of the guests or the Toastmasters president? Toastmaster Zahra, would you like to volunteer?
I think Iran wants to answer.
Ihram already spoke actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. Toastmaster Zahra, perhaps you caught the gist of it that that there was a little boy who was habit of stealing things. He jumped into a house, broke a vase. He was fancying, and then the sound attracted the owners of the house. But then it turned out he pretended to be a cat. But then it turned out that the vase was actually broken by an MBA girl who was lurking in there somewhere. And the owners suspected their own son. Now the father of the house is actually going towards the sofa behind which the boy is hiding. And the boy is pretending to be a cat. So over to you, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim.
Yes, so I would just say that it was an accident, and life sometimes is not same for everyone. And apart from that, I would just say that it was an accident and it was an ephemeral situation. Like everything is temporary, and so the situation was sorted out in a way that actually that person came out and uh, said that, I actually the cat did that, but apart from that, there was a situation where that other person, the owner of the house, forgave the person, and it was a situation where this they reconcile, and yeah, I don't know what I just did. I'm so sorry. So yeah.
All
Over to
right.
you.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. And that brings us to the end of the story where everybody lived ever happily ever after. Something that happens only in stories. So, Mr. Timer, did everyone qualify?
Everyone qualified except for Toastmaster Fizza. She spoke for 48 seconds. So that's
All
that
right.
depends on the president.
Mr. President, can we include her in the polling? DTM Sarfraz, sir, are you there?
DTM Talha and DTM Saad Shoaib, Based on what we've done in the past, I think we should exclude her since she's 12 seconds short. 1, 2,
All
3
right.
seconds. 1, 2, 3 seconds. We may, say, okay, it's rounded off, but that's 12 seconds out of 1 minute. So I hope Toastmaster Fida won't mind if we leave her out of the ballot. And I guess in the future, remind our speakers to keep on talking until they see DTM Sal showing them the green color, green flag, or green bulb.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Back to
and
you.
Congratulations, DTM Thought. You are hereby declared the timer for the rest of eternity by Mr. President. So
Yes,
over to you,
I can see that.
Toastmaster of the day. The poll is just coming up.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid. It's all about living with intention when it comes to living. Life is too short. It's about being present in each moment, fully engaged and immersed in the richness of life. It's about cherishing the people we love, nurturing meaningful convictions, and leaving a positive impact on the world around us. We have concluded 2 segments of our meeting. We now move it to the third and final segment, the evaluation. At this time, I'll ask our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ibar Rais Khan, to please take control of the meeting.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, general evaluation is the third part of the Toastmasters session. General evaluation is the third part of the Toastmasters session. Its importance can be judged by the fact that it provides critical feedback to the speakers on their speeches. It is divided into 3 parts. First is the prepared speech evaluation. So I'll be calling the first speaker's evaluator, that is Toastmaster Ritik's evaluator, DTM Iram Rizvi, for the evaluation. DTM Iram Rizvi.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Hiba. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. So today I'm going to evaluate the speech done by Toastmaster Ritik that was titled, "Why Does It All Matter?" Is Toastmaster Ritik here? It'd be great to have him here.
We have this.
Great. All right. So Toastmaster Ritik, this was your second part of Project 2, where you have already received an evaluation and you have incorporated those evaluations into your speech by putting up an effect. Bravo that you have done it again. And it's very nice to see that some of the points were really that you tried to attempt it, because the one major feedback that you received was to take care of time. And we had a similar thing today, that you did go over time, because by the time the red light came, you were still not on the end of your speech. And then later, probably after 10 seconds, you started summarizing. So obviously it went pretty much far ahead and you couldn't finish your speech on time. This is something that really could work out well if you practice and script. So I'm going to come towards the places where you could do better. So what you have, let me first tell you what you could do better in your speech. Number one is that you really need to write down your script. You need to have a couple of versions, whether you are a day ahead of doing a speech or 2 days ahead of doing a speech, it's fine. Just script it down. When you're going to see that how many words you have in the script, and with your speed, I would recommend that you were speaking somewhere around 70 to 90 words per minute. So probably you would need somewhere around 600 to 750 words at maximum. So try putting up that figure and practice. Put yourself on the screen, open up Zoom, record yourself and see how well you're doing within those 5 to 7 minutes. So please work on this point, because this was the major element given to you. And in your attempt, you have tried, I've seen, but slightly missed it out. And secondly, what I would really say is that I really like the part that you had a story. You spoke about the Chitral Girgit story. You repeated the topic a couple of times and you were very passionate about what you were saying. But somewhere I felt a vague connection of the content. You tried a lot of times to bring up the message again and again. Whereas if I was doing this speech, I would start by sharing some struggles of life, going on a trip to Chitral, how it affected me, how it changed me from inside and nothing else really mattered, and then come in the end with the message. And again, tell that nothing really mattered. In the beginning, things mattered, but eventually when I saw nature, when I saw what's important in life, in the end, nothing really matters, and you want everyone to feel that way. So all in all, thank you for sharing those stories. Thank you for sharing that philosophical message. That was really impactful. I could see how passionate you were about it, how you brought in the Chitral episode and all. However, work on your timings by scripting down first, recording yourself. See how you're placed between 5 to 7 minutes, because timing is very critical when you're doing your projects in Toastmasters. And while you get on your project 3, it's very important that you should try to time yourself when yellow comes and when red comes. I wish you all the best for your next speeches. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Hiba.
Thank you.
Okay, the second speaker was TM Noreen. So I call upon her evaluator, TM Latif Mansoor Ali, for the evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Ibar Rais Khan. First of all, let me congratulate Toastmaster Noreen Fatima on behalf of the entire audience or KTC to complete this path. But as you said, all your achievements, as you have shared all your journey through Toastmaster pathway of this dynamic leadership, I failed to understand the main essence of the project, because that was which was missing in this speech of yours. Why I started with negative is because I felt that your speech was all about how much you learn or how much you have learned while completing the project. But in fact, I feel that you should have been.
You've gone mute, Toastmaster Ravi.
So
yeah, exactly.
So I've
No
been
worries.
there, done that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you must be very well sympathizing with him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I continue or?
Thank you, Star. This is not a contest. Please continue.
Okay, so Toastmaster Noreen, actually, let me rephrase what I wanted to say. You have all the courage of standing up and delivering it. You had all the supporters in the same room who has helped you out during the projects. But I feel that the energy of showing that gratitude was not more or not, it was not reflecting in that speech. Now, why I'm saying this? Because you were just thinking one and one. The best message what I understood was every time you give a name, lastly, I want to say, lastly but not the least, lastly but not the least. You have at least said it 4 to 5 times, and I was thinking this is the last, and that last never came. So if the audience are giving so much of their time, like 10 to 12 minutes, I feel that it has to be given with more of the your learning instead of what we could learn from Toastmasters. Had you had those cards with you, for example, if you wanted to make sure that you have learned this level 1 and this icebreaker speech, you have again reinvented yourself, then you learned how to give the body gesture, body language gestures, how you improvised yourself in that speech would have made more impact to the new Toastmasters in this fraternity or in this meeting room attending. Last but not the least, this is very important when I say this. Make sure don't blur it, because whenever you blur the background and you take a step back, the camera takes you also in the blur mode and everything goes off. Now, last, if I have to summary it up, be more courageous. Yes, your gratitude was there, but energy should be more presentable. Plus, a takeaway message for all the new Toastmasters and the experienced Toastmaster in this room should go with some takeaway message from you. Thank you. Over to you.
And the last speaker was DTM Talha. So I call upon his evaluator, DTM Sarfaraz Nazir, for the evaluation.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. We all enjoyed your speech. In fact, I noticed that while you were speaking, Mr. Timer's avatar was rolling his eyes. He was in tune with your speech. Let me tell you what I liked about your speech, and then I'll give you some suggestions for improvement since you are an advanced Toastmaster. I like the fact that you open your speech with a story, and I enjoyed your structure. You talked about the regrets, then you went on to discuss 3 items: the oven mitt, nail files, and the water cooler. And then you ended with a message that it's not the objects that matter, it's the people around us that matter. So I liked your structure. I also liked your voice clarity and your vocal variety. For example, you lowered your voice when you said, "This time it was different." I also liked a little bit humor that you threw in. For example, when you said, "I have one regret," and my spouse said, "You have 100 things you should be regretful of." How can you improve? In the beginning, you were talking about having a conversation with your spouse. I would have liked to see distinct dialogue, changing your voice to her voice. You know, say, "I have one regret." She said, "Oh, you have 100 regrets, or you should have 100 regrets." So that would differentiate between you and your spouse. You also had an opportunity for adding more humor. For example, when you mentioned that we bought this oven mitt from IKEA, you could have added, "IKEA is not known for high quality products, but this oven mitt has lasted several years." You could also have brought the regrets back towards the end of your speech. When you said that my spouse said, "Oh, you should have 100 things that you should be regretful of." And then she asked you questions, do you regret that you joined Toastmasters? And do you regret that you are a chartered accountant? You could have then mentioned that she said, "There are 100 things you should regret." And then she asked me 99 questions about them. But I am so glad that she did not ask me, "Do you regret marrying me?" Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, I liked your speech because of your opening, your story, and your structure, your vocal variety, your humor. And if you can improve your speech by adding a distinct dialogue between you and your spouse, adding more humor, and bringing the regrets back into the speech towards the end of the speech, it will be a great speech. I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
That concludes for the prepared speech evaluation. Moving on to the second part of the general evaluation, which is the table topic evaluation. So I call upon TM Rafat Mubin for the table topic evaluation. TM Rafat Mubin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, DTM. Thank you, Toastmaster Heba, Journal Evaluator. Storytelling is a part of our culture. It provides us to easily convey our message by motivating and adding interesting thing in a story to make it memorable. DTM Talha made it memorable as a table topic master. He started session with the story which added a thrill and interested clue in the speech and put it and throw it to the next speaker. The next speaker is DTM Irfan. DTM Irfan got the idea, made it interesting by adding it human voices and turn it into another end. At that end of the story, it was difficult situation and it was actually very difficult that who is actual culprit. The story was moving toward TM Fiza, who told that instead of the cat, the actual culprit is a MBA girl. Then the story revolved around Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. The Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, according to him, it is our imagination, and actually it depends the story. Actually, it is our imagination to create a story, and we create a story by our imagination. Whatever we want to make it, we make it in a story, and we put it story in a we put it or we add we add different colors to make the story memorable, everlasting, and interesting. Toastmaster Talha, today's table topic master, started a new thing which is very, very interesting, and it developed a sense of it developed a sense that how we make stories in our mind. Actually, it is a good effort, and it make us that how we make simple things interesting and make it suspense and enjoy it as a story. Over to Journal Evaluator.
Now for the third part of the table general evaluation, I would be calling the role facilitators and they will have to give me the report. So the first one is the grammarian plus word master, TM Imran Rana. Please could I have your report?
Thank you so much. I'm sure I'm audible. Okay, as far as grammatical errors, today all the speakers were amazing as far as grammar is concerned. Only a few sentences mistakes, like from past tense to present tense, not more than that. Rest all the speakers were quite amazing. I have noted down some amazing words from the speakers, like Our first speaker, Hedithik, used magnanimity, profoundness, unnavigated of thoughts, cliche, and then DTM Sarfaraz, short and daunting, unshackled, and the list goes on and on. The best word, the best sentence or word used by DTM Talha bin Hamid was dearest spouse. Okay, about word of the day. Word of the day was ephemeral, and Heretic used 4 times in his speech. Toastmaster Noreen once, DTM Talha 4 times, Zara Ibrahim once, and if I'm correct, DTM Sarfraz used once. With that, I would like to hand over the charge back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Moving on to the timer's report. So I call upon DTM Shad Shoaib for the report.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. I've not been given an opportunity to speak throughout the meeting, so let me just give a detailed timer's report. As for the prepared speaker, DTM Talha's wish came true despite of having two speakers. Both of them were disqualified. Toastmaster Ritik spoke for 8 minutes and 40 seconds, and his maximum time was 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Noreen spoke for 8 minutes, and her minimum time was 10 minutes, and DTM Tala spoke for 7 minutes and 25 seconds. As for the table topics, DTM Irfan Faruqi spoke for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Rafat spoke for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Fiza Aziz spoke for 45 seconds. Toastmaster Adam, guest Adam, spoke for 1 minute and 13 seconds. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 1 minute and 5 seconds, and Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim spoke for 1 minute. And as for the prepared speech evaluation, DTM Iram spoke for 3 minutes. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 3 minutes and 29 seconds, and DTM's Sarfraz spoke for 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Both of them were inching to be disqualified, but all of them were qualified. So that's it from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Heba.
Okay, now for the R counters report. So I call upon TM Muhammad Iqbal.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am audible.
Can you speak a little louder though, Toastmaster Iqbal? If you can be a little loud.
Now it is audible. Nori Fatma nil, DTM Talha bin Hamid nil, DTM Irfan Faruqi nil, TM Rafat Mubin 1, TM Fiza Aziz nil, Guest Arham nil, TM Latif Mansur Ali nil, Guest Fazal Rahman Sheikh did not he didn't participate. Then guest Zahra Ibrahim 3R 1 so M2 Kiram Rizvi nil, TM Mansur Ali nil, TM Sattar Mujhe nil. Now in the chart General Evaluator.
Are you done with your report? Okay. There was no listener, sadly. So that makes, so that is now that it's time for my report now. It was a brief meeting. We probably should have had more prepared speakers. Apart from that, everything was spot on, and thankfully there were no technical glitches. The speakers, both prepared and impromptu, were quite creative and informative and spoke well. Overall, it was a good session which ended well. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. That concludes the 3 segments of our meeting. Since life is short, let's not forget to inject a healthy dose of humor into our journey. After all, laughter is the best medicine, and it has a remarkable way of brightening even the darkest of days. So let's laugh often, laugh heartily, and never take ourselves too seriously. I urge you to embrace the wisdom of the ages and live each day as if it were your last. Seize the day and make every moment count, for indeed, life is too short to be anything but extraordinary. And now I turn the control of the meeting to our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir. Welcome again, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I'm going to ask our guests for their brief comments, and then we will announce the results of the voting for the best speaker, best tabletop speaker, best evaluator, best facilitator, and the best of Big Four. So start with the Fazal Rahman. Would you like to say a few words about your experience in today's meeting? How about Toastmaster Noreen Fatma? I know you were a speaker. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much, DTM Sarfaraz. It was a great meeting. I really enjoyed it. And I delivered speech after ages. I hope I'll be more regular in delivering speeches and participating in club meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Once again, thank you for joining us and enjoyed your speech. We have with us Sarah Zain. Sarah Zain, are you available?
Yes, sir. I was very glad to be part of this meeting. It was fun, and I got to see how we need to speak, how we can how everyone shared the story from their own minds. They created a story after just remembering the last bits of the story. It was very informative for me.
Thank you. Glad that you joined us, and feel free to join us anytime. And you can join, if you like, as a member of the Karachi Toastmasters Club. We also have with us Zahra Ibrahim, a member of Quantum Leap.
Yeah, so it was a wonderful meeting, I must say. I even spoke after ages. I joined Toastmaster meeting after a long time, and I think it was a wonderful meeting. And as per the theme, I just wanted to conclude something, if I'm allowed to. So basically, yeah, forgetting. So this is something I wrote myself. Forgetting past is not a game; rather, it's a name of pain. So forget the pain. Forget the pains from ones you gain, and live a life with a drastic change. Be the change, not the same. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra, for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again in the future. And Waqar Ahmed, would you like to offer your comments about the meeting?
I really enjoyed the meeting, sir. It was a very fun experience for me. There is an element of creativity, fluency, and the flow with which this meeting goes. So, very memorable experience for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Thank you.
We have with us Area Director Augustine. Toastmaster Augustine, would you like to say a few words?
Sure, thank you, and good evening, distinguished Toastmaster, Sarfraz Ladies. Myself and DTM Talabin Ahmed have been trying to accommodate, and from today, Mehran University, Ehram was there, as well as Zara from the NAD, also from the NUST. So let us hope for the best, and thank you very much for accommodating them, as well as carry over the flame so the Toastmaster should success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Augustine, and thank you for the work that you're doing on behalf of District 122 in Karachi. Adam Mehran, did you get a chance to say a few words?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I enjoyed it, honestly. Like, it's my second time I'm attending, and I was thinking that I would have not a great time. I would like, these are old dudes and they might not have any humor or anything. And why should I give my time to this? But I enjoyed it. It had a great, like what I say, I learned a lot. And I think so I have to learn a lot about myself too. So I think so I don't want this Toadmaster experience to be ephemeral. I want it to be long lasting. So I'm looking forward to join it more often. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, please feel free to join us. And so nice that you were able to use the word of the day. And Fazal Rahman, would you like to say a few words?
Unmute yourself, sir.
I learned a lot from this meeting, but I think it's not only remain in the present moment. Look to the future, but get experience from the past also, so that avoid pains in the future. Thank you. That is my message first. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I know you've joined us in the past, and feel free to join us anytime in the future. I think that is all the guests we have with us at this moment. If not, please let me know if you are ready, distinguished Toastmaster Talab bin Hamid, with the results.
Sure, sir. And the results are ready. Well, as fate would have it, the words I wrote on the group proved to be strangely ominous, because that's precisely what has happened. Two of the speakers disqualified, and therefore there's no alternative but to award me the Best Speaker Award. And today my sole achievement is staying within time. But that counts for something, isn't it? Best Evaluator today goes to, just give me a second. Yeah, it was a tough contest today. But TDM Miram Rizvi just edged out the contestants. So congratulations for winning the Best Evaluator. Best Table Topics today went to distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. Congratulations. And if I can say so now, because the voting is complete, it's totally deserved, because the way you picked up the story was spectacular. Best Facilitator is very interesting, because for the first time in human history, or at least KTC history, I don't know about human history, The timer has won the best facilitator. Congratulations, DTM sir, for a job so well done that he won the best facilitator award. Congratulations. And well, the last award of the day, Best Big Four, has been won by our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz. So over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the winners. I noticed that. Yes, go ahead.
I
yes,
need
go.
30 seconds.
Sure, go ahead.
I would like to pay special thanks to Ehram, Wakar, and Sara Zain. They have been in the meetings from the beginning till the end. Welcome and please do come again. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. We appreciate them not only joining us, but staying with us till the end. Thank you. And we hope to see you again. DTM Talha, any announcements as VP Education?
No announcement, okay, there are two announcements. The first is that our next meeting is on schedule, inshallah, but whether it is online or hybrid depends upon the prospective participation. So if the members want a hybrid meeting to take place, we need to have at least 10 physical participants, 11, 10, in order to make it happen. So that's one heads up for all the members. The second is that if anyone would like to be the Toastmaster of the day for the next meeting, they're more than welcome. They can take up their slot right now.
Anyone wishing to be the TMOD for next meeting? Or please, they can just send you a message. Please send your message.
Yeah,
to direct
they
message.
Can send me a message. Yeah, you can send me a message via Zoom or WhatsApp. And over to you.
I guess we have covered everyone that needed to speak. Once again, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week. And at this time, the meeting is officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Until next time, Allah Hafiz.
And in keeping with the meeting theme, against all odds, and I mean, it is beyond belief that we are ending at the 1 hour and 50-minute mark. So congratulations, everyone, for a very, very tight ship. Congratulations to all the members, all the participants. Spectacular achievement. And this is, I think, perhaps the first time ever that we are finishing even before the time on the agenda. So congratulations, everyone, and see you all next.